Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the global audience of c0c0n. It's finally curtains for c0c0n 2020, the International Security and Hacking Conference organized by Kerala Police, ISRA and the Pol Sahib. This conference was something special because we started it on a virtual platform. When we started off, we were skeptical whether this would be a successful conference itself. But the deliberations and the discussions over the past 2 days have proved that this c0c0n was one of the most successful ones even in the history of c0c0n. We are living in a totally virtual world. We all understand that technology has become a part of our lives. It has changed the basic way that we survive or go about our business. We require digital resources for everything. The way we shop, the way we go about our business, the way we educate our children have all changed because of this technological advancement. But with this technological advancement also has come the dark world of cyber crimes. In the past 6 months, during the lockdown period, we have seen a great upsurge in cyber crimes. It's but natural that most of the people were hooked on to their devices. And we find that cybercrime has gone up really drastically. Whether you look at crimes against women and children, whether you look at bank frauds or data hacks that are happening, all have gone up in the past 6 months. In this c0c0n conference, for the last 2 days, we have deliberated on the latest cyber crimes, the tools and techniques available to deal with such cyber crimes, and the policy changes which the government needs to introduce to really handle these crimes effectively. c0c0n has always been a platform where the stakeholders in cyber security have come together. The 5 important pieces, namely the press, the political leadership, the police department, and the public and private sector, all 5 stakeholders need to come together to formulate a proper policy of cyber security. In this c0c0n conference, we have seen all these 5 important pieces coming together, deliberating and discussing on important aspects to build a safer, cyber secure world. That's why it has been a highly successful conference. c0c0n is now 13 years old and we have come a long way. The first conference we started off with just 100 delegates. Last year, we had around 1,800 delegates attending from 40 odd countries. And this conference, we have more than 5,000 delegates attending from all around the globe. And this conference is primarily being beamed to more than 4 million people over the social media handles. This is truly a virtual and global conference. In this conference also, we have generated a lot of ideas out of the deliberations and discussions from all the stakeholders that are available. And I'm sure these ideas can be developed into strategies and policies which are going to really contribute to the development and to make our cyber space safe. On behalf of Kerala Police and the organizers of c0c0n, I want to thank all the distinguished guests, the delegates, the speakers, and everybody who partnered us and participated to make this conference a grand success. I am sure that this conference has equipped you, enriched you, and placed you better to deal with the technological challenges in this post-COVID era. On behalf of Kerala Police and all the organizers, I thank you once again for attending this glorious event. Remain safe, remain secure, and see you in 2021 for another edition of c0c0n. Thank you.
Honorable Chief Minister, distinguished guests, speakers, and delegates. On behalf of Pol Sahib, I wish to welcome you back to the closing ceremony for the c0c0n 2020. Thank you all for your hard work and for sharing your expertise over these 2 days. As we continue to journey forward into the uncharted waters of the new normal, I am sure you would agree that enhancing cooperation at all levels will continue to be the foundation for building safer digital communities. This is why PolSaib has been working with the Kerala Police and ISRA to bring COCON to you, to extend our partnerships as a team across sectors and across countries. Before I leave you today, I wish to express PolSaib's gratitude to our COCON host, Kerala Police, and to our co-host, ISRA. In particular, I wish to thank our longtime friends, DGP Loknath Bahara, ADGP Manoj Abraham, and ISRA's Manu Zachariah for welcoming PolSaib into their COCON family as a co-host ever since 2013. Last but not least, PolSaib also wishes to thank Benoit Joseph of the Kerala Police and all of the members of the planning committee for their tireless efforts in making this event a success. I look forward to seeing you again in COCON 2021, as well as our PolSaib international events. Thank you all. Goodbye.
Good evening to all of you. The 13th edition of c0c0n, popularly known as Cocoon, the Data Privacy and Hacking Conference, hosted by the Kerala Police, is coming to a conclusion. And I am really proud to share the good news that it has been one of the most successful international conferences on cybersecurity conducted in this part of the world. The uniqueness was in the fact that it is being hosted online for the first time, considering the pandemic situation prevailing all over the world. But the most important fact was that the response to the conference, astounding response. We had more than 7,200 delegates who registered, and at any point of time 5,000 delegates are attending the main talks and the keynote addresses. The esteemed delegates who are attending the conference are from all over the world. And for the first time, the major talks were beamed on the social media handles to more than 2 million people. 2 million people, making it truly global. The 13th edition of the International Hacking and Cyber Security Conference, jointly organized by Kerala Police, PolSaib, that is Society for Policing of Cyberspace, and ISRA, Information Security Research Association, had great takeaways and learnings for all of us. The opening ceremony of the conference was inaugurated by the Honorable Governor of Kerala, who emphasized the importance of cyber security in the COVID world and what is going to come in the post-COVID world. He also emphasized the cooperative efforts of all the stakeholders in this endeavor. The keynote speech of Mr. Ajit Kumar Doval, Kirti Chakra, National Security Advisor, was to the point on how the world has now been dominated by digital resources in the COVID scenario and the subsequent emerging cyber threats. The need to remain vigilant and the responsibility of each citizen to remain safe was also emphasized by the Honorable NSA. He also highlighted the importance of the conference such as c0c0n in building a robust cyber security platform and complimented the efforts of Kerala Police in this regard. HRH Prince Michel di Yugoslavia, grandson of King Umberto of Italy, and Prince Paul of Yugoslavia, Monaco, also laid emphasis on global cooperation and coordination in tackling the threats in the cyber world in his special address. Chris Gopalakrishnan, Chairman, Auxiliar Ventures, and the co-founder of Infosys, in his keynote address stressed on the importance of privacy and the threats to privacy in a digitally connected world. Highly specialized, insightful talks and panel discussions marked the whole c0c0n conference, which included talks by Mr. Ryan Serstobitov, Mr. Sunil Varki, Mr. Amit Dubey, Sultan Al Awais, Mr. Sibulal, and many others. Another striking keynote on day 2 was by Mr. Amitabh Kant, the CEO of Niti Aayog, India, which brought out threadbare the fact that cyber security threats cannot be ignored by any person in this connected world, and the importance of conferences such as c0c0n, where the stakeholders can come together and deliberate on strategies to handle the emerging threats. The success of the conference is for everybody to see, and we are proud to host it for the 13th time consecutively year after year in a row. It is my proud privilege to welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, who consented to be the chief guest of the closing cum valediction ceremony. He has been the leader who has driven Kerala Police to scale new heights in digital arena and adapting technology for better policing. I take this opportunity to once again thank all the VIPs, including the Honorable Governor, the Honorable National Security Advisor, the CEO of Niti Aayog, and a host of other VIPs and esteemed speakers from around the globe who have become a part of this highly successful virtual conference. This year, conference has been unique because we discussed about a new information technology order in the world during the ongoing pandemic and the post-pandemic situation, which will certainly, I'm very confident, will benefit the people of the world. Thank you, one and all, and see you back in 2021 for another edition of c0c0n. Jai Hind.
Warm greetings to all on behalf of the Government of Kerala and Kerala Police. As c0c0n 2020, the 13th edition of International Data Privacy and Hacking Conference comes to an end, I thank one and all who have attended this two-day online virtual conference organized by Kerala Police and made it one of the biggest and longest running cyber security conferences in Southeast Asia. I must particularly thank the public-private sectors, the IT and banking industry for the interest they have been showing each year in building and enriching this unique platform, thereby ensuring the security and safety for the nation as a whole. I must place my appreciation for interest that the business community is showing for making our cyberspace safe and secure, I must appreciate the change that has been evolved among the business community from the conventional business mode to an entity which puts in much of its time to the betterment of society. They have been working hand in hand with the government in fostering the partnership in building this vibrant and dynamic platform. I am pleased to announce that around 5,000 delegates have attended this conference from all around the globe, and it was beamed on social media handles to scores of members of the public. Let us continue this journey with the same bonding, fine-tuning, and nurturing the networking and relationship that we have built through this conference. Kerala Police continues to be in the forefront in battling the disruptive forces in the cyberspace, and I want to congratulate Kerala Police and the supporting agencies, POLSIP, Society for the Policing of Cyberspace, and ISRA, Information Security Research Association, for organizing this useful and educative conference. The role played by Sri Loknath Behra, State Police Chief, and Sri Manoj Abraham, ADGP, in organizing this conference successfully for the past many years needs special mention. I have great pleasure in formally declaring the 13th edition of this virtual c0c0n conference closed. I wish you all success and hope to see you next year for c0c0n 2021. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon whichever time zone you are in. A warm welcome to all the participants who are attending c0c0n 2020 from across the globe. As we all know, COVID-19 pandemic has changed everything around us. From the way we live, from the way we travel, to the way we work, everything has changed. There is a new norm, and the new norm is going virtual. So at c0c0n 2020, we also decided that this year, we will go virtual. It wasn't an easy decision, it wasn't an easy task, but our mentors, our team, our supporters made it possible. My role today is to deliver the vote of thanks. And without wasting too much of time, let me get into my duty. I would like to start by thanking the Chairman Organizing Committee, c0c0n 2020, Sri Loknath Behra IPS, State Police Chief, for all the support that he has extended throughout the conference planning as well as execution. He has always been an active supporter, and during the previous year events, Sir has always been attending all the events, the workshop, the villages, and was always there to find out what is the best that we can take from these conferences and implement in various departments that he is commanding. So thank you so much, sir, for all the support that you have extended. Next, I would like to thank the co-chair of the organizing committee, c0c0n 2020, Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS, ADGP, Kerala Police. He has been the leader and the motivation behind the previous edition as well as c0c0n 2020 edition. Whenever the team was stuck up or whenever we needed some ideas or guidance, he has always been there. So I would like to especially thank Mr. Manoj Abraham IPS for all the support that he has extended for making c0c0n 2020 a big event. The primary attraction of any conference is the keynote speech. I would like to thank our keynote speakers for accepting our invitation and delivering the keynote. We had 3 parallel tracks happening as part of the conference, and we had more than 30 sessions. Thank you so much, all the speakers, for taking time from your busy schedule and joining the conference as well as the panel and delivering the talk. I would also like to thank Ms. Bessie Pang as well as all the team from POLSIP for contributing towards the success of this conference, especially the international delegates who have joined representing the POLSIP organization. A special thanks to all the POLSIP members. c0c0n 2020 wouldn't have been possible without the support of our sponsors as well as our partners. A big thank you from the complete team of c0c0n for supporting all the initiatives. The c0c0n also had various workshops as well as villages and also an interesting CTF, the Capture the Flag. Thank you Dome CTF as well as Red Team Village and all the other village organizers as well as the workshop trainers for making c0c0n a rich event. The media as well as the marketing team played a major role in taking the message of c0c0n across the globe. A big thank you for the complete marketing as well as the media team, as well as the back office team and all the volunteers, especially from Cyberdome as well as from ISRA. I would also like to thank our online platform vendor 10times.com for extending all the support for making c0c0n a great event. The success of any conference is totally dependent on the participant. We had excellent record-breaking participation this year. Thank you so much for all the participants for registering and being active during the conference time. So with this, I would like to conclude my talk and hope to see you at c0c0n 2021. Thank you so much.